everyone, so welcome to today's video. Today I'm super excited to turn the camera on and just play with some of my new makeup goodies. I bought quite a bit of stuff during the Black Friday sales, and I also have some things that are sort of more new to my collection that I've had, and I have a drawer full of new products that I really want to use and start incorporating more new products into my videos. And I'm just turning the camera on and having fun and just kind of chatting with you as I go, sharing with you my first impressions of some of these products that I have been dying to put on my face. So today's the day. I wasn't planning on filming, but I said, you know what, I'm just turning on the camera because we're going to do this today. We're going to play, we're going to chat, we're just going to have a good time and just forget about everything else and just be present in the moment with the makeup and appreciating what makeup is and how it makes me feel, the art of makeup. And we're doing this look. This is the look that I ended up coming up with today. And I think I found some gems along the way, and I will share with you as we go through the tutorial. It's a full face, except for, I will say, the foundation, concealer, and under eye setting powder has already been done because those were not newer products. I didn't purchase any new in that category, so I just didn't do that. I did it off camera. I will list it though for you in the description box as always, so if you want to see how to do this look, then just continue watching and I will talk you through it step by step. But we're moving on to brows. During the Black Friday sale, I picked up a few things from Lawless, and I added the Soft Fill Brow Pencil in the shade Teddy Bear to my order. I got this and an eyeshadow palette, and I think that was it. Is that it? Or did I get something else? Anyways, I have a pile of product that I'm going to be sifting through from Black Friday shopping. So I'm going to start with the brow pencil. Teddy Bear seems, I keep wanting to say Teddy Brown, but Teddy Bear. It seems like it's going to be a decent match, so I'm going to start filling in my brows with this, and I hope the shade is not going to be too dark. And it seems to be applying pretty well. It's almost like an oval shape, the tip of it, which is unique and different. They're usually kind of like a teardrop angled shape or more rounded, more like a point, but this one is just a little bit different. A pretty decent match, and it's not taking me a lot of effort and time to really get this filled here, which is nice. Brows are done. I did go in with a little bit of my NYX Lift and Snatch to fill in some sparse areas where it's actually a bald spot where hair should be, but it doesn't want to get on board with the program and grow, so I have to use this, and I use it every day. And I feel like the shade of brunette in the NYX kind of matches up with that Teddy Bear shade. However, it is quite a bold brow, and it's dark. I think it's just because the applicator is a lot wider than my normal go-to, which is the Benefit one. It's more rounded and more of a pinpoint, kind of similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz that's more of a really defined point. This is going to be wider and give you a more like thicker looking brow just off the jump. So that's something to keep in mind if you're considering this brow pencil. But the formula went on with ease, and it went on pretty evenly, and I like the way it was easy to apply. Next in the brow category is going to be this Rare Beauty Brow Gel. This has been out of stock for the longest time. I was on a wait list for 2 to 3 months, I think, at Sephora, maybe 2 months or so, where I was waiting for this, and I was able to get my hands on it in November, and I remember adding it to my favorites in August. So it was about 2 months or so, give or take, that I was waiting for this, and when I got an email saying it's back, I immediately placed an order for it. This is the Flexible Lifting Gel that has really good ratings, and it's been sold out for the longest time, so I'm assuming it's going to be great, right? Rare Beauty is a pretty good brand. It has a very small applicator, and the smell is kind of like glue. So does that mean it's going to actually work and stay on well? I'm going to find out. So far so good on the brows. It went on with ease. I don't have any complaints so far, so I'll have to kind of see how this is going to hold. If it's going to get flaky, crunchy, hard, am I going to feel it in my brow hairs as I move my face throughout the day? I don't know. I know it looks kind of silly, but we'll see. But it seems fine for now. One of my favorite products from the Give Beauty brand is the bronzer. This is the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I have the shade called Heatin' Up, which is the one that I use almost every day. And I told you guys that I ordered a new shade. I ordered the shade Toastin. Let me show you. This is my normal go-to, which is Heatin' Up, which is more for fair skin. And then this is the second shade up, which is a little bit more golden, a little bit warmer. This is the Heating Up shade. So I'm going to try this one today and see how much I like it compared to my normal shade, which is a little bit lighter. I'm going to be applying that with my BK Beauty 111 brush. I recently washed all of my brushes and I cannot tell you how much I've missed using this brush. It was part of my mess, and when I went back to using it, I thought, why do I let this sit dirty for so long? Like, this is just the perfect brush for bronzer. You can use it for setting powder, but I believe it's described as a dense bronzer brush, and it's perfection. And this is going on with ease, as I already came to expect because I am familiar with this formula. But the shade actually isn't too bad, right? I thought it was going to be a little much, but you know what? It's doable. And the sale for Give Beauty, by the way, was 50% off. That is one heck of a deal. I couldn't pass it up to try the next shade because I've talked about wanting the darker shade in this. The cream contour is a little bit more dewy, so if I do use that, that will be first, then the powder on top. But I'm going to skip that. I just want to stick to more powder-based products today. I have two blushes. One is a duo from Give in the shade called Ex-Girlfriend. This is going to be the bright pink, which I really am excited to try. And I also picked up one of the Haus Labs. This is like full of fingerprints. I'm sorry, it's not like presentable. But this is the Color Fuse blush in Pomelo Peach. Been wanting to try this blush from Haus Labs for a while. And when I saw that the site was 20% off, I decided to jump on it. It's not like it's a better discount than like the Sephora savings event. And I probably should just purchase it through Sephora because I would have had it by now in my collection, and I kind of just, yeah, it was one of those things where I didn't do it. So anyways, Pomelo Peach is a really pretty classic peach shade. And I'm using my BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A507 brush to apply this Haus Labs blush. And it gives a really nice soft wash of color, and I think it's just because I chose a lighter shade. I almost bought the really bright, I think it's called Dragon Fruit. Is it Dragon Fruit? I think that's what it is. Or I'm confusing Dragon Fruit and the Lavender Haze. The Lavender Haze I think is the purpley one, which looks really pretty. Or what is it called? Amber Haze? I don't even know. Hibiscus something. I just completely messed that up. Anyways, the bright pink one was the one that I was going to buy, and I decided to just go with something a little bit safer because I was kind of scared that it was going to be too much. And I have to note that there's something quite blurring about this blush. I think it's just the formula. It's just really nice. It actually truly is great. Even if you don't get it on sale, I think it's worth the money. It's a little bit pricier. The price point of Haus Labs is kind of up there, but I do think it's really, really pretty, the formula. And it just goes on with ease. I really, really like that. Highlighters. I bought a bunch, okay? I bought several highlighters. So I'm going to use the one that I've had my eye on for the longest time, and that's the RMS one. It came out a little while ago, not too long, but I've been wanting this for the longest time, and I saw the owner of this brand share some tips on how to apply this and just how it looked so great on her mature skin, and it just looked like a beautiful formula that anybody could use. I have one of the blushes that came out last year in French Rosé, which is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful pink shade, but the sheen and the glow that this gives, it's almost like an ethereal kind of glow from within. It's not glittery, chunky. It's not like big particles sitting on the face. It's just really nice. So I think what kind of drew me to this particular highlighter in that moment was when I saw one of the Instagram videos that the owner did, and she used some of this with her pinky right in here where the darkest part of her under eye circles are, and it literally looked incredible. I have never put highlighter under my eyes like that with my finger or even with a brush to that extent. So I'm going to try that, and I will report back if it's actually going to work on me as it did on her. I have a new highlight brush. This is the Sephora Pro Highlight number 98 that came in that set that I bought during the Sephora sale in October. It's got like a black handle and silver sparkles. It couldn't be prettier. The Sephora Pro brushes are actually really great. So I'm going to use the number 98 to apply this. And I'm excited. I cannot wait to see what this is going to look like. I'm expecting this to be soft and just very, very light, almost like a candlelit kind of glow. And I was hoping when I saw this in person, to be honest with you, it does look a little bit more golden in person. So I'm kind of getting a similar feel to the ABH Glow Seeker, where it looks more gold in person than I thought. But that doesn't mean that this is going to look that gold on the skin like the ABH one does. So we've got all the base done. All we need to do is something with the eyes. I have a couple of eyeshadow palettes. I have two from Laura Geller that I purchased back a couple months ago from Nordstrom Rack that I kind of threw into my pile. But I also picked up the Mini Sultry palette from ABH. I picked up the Lawless Dreamy Dozen. I have some more Laura Geller palettes besides the two that I bought from Nordstrom Rack. I did order some from her website. So I've got some new things to use, some options, you know, kind of playing around and seeing where we end up going for the look today. So I think for today, I'm going to go into the Dreamy Dozen palette. It's been a couple of years since I've used Lawless eyeshadows, and I really want to revisit that. I am familiar with ABH, so that will be in the next video maybe, that I do a look with the Sultry palette and some of that Laura Geller products that I was talking about. But today is going to be Lawless. I'm going to use the Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty brush. This is the A501, and I'm going to set my Painterly Paint Pot by MAC with this sort of light shade here that's kind of like a buttercream type of shade. It's one of the lightest matte shades, and I'm going to just sweep that from inner corner to outer corner all the way up to my brow bone. I'm going to go with the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A503 brush, which is a crease brush. And I'm going to start building up my crease. I'm going to go into the shade right next door to this yellowy type of shade that I use. So it's kind of like a light sort of neutral tan shade right here in the center of the second row. And whoa, that picked up a lot. Holy smokes. Let's tap this off, right? Let's not ruin our concealer for today. And I'm going to just follow my natural shape. I'm looking head on into a mirror just to make sure that I can see some of that color as I'm looking head on straight into a mirror. Switching to the A502, I'm going to go to the peach shade in this palette, which is this one here, the second one in that top row. And I'm going to just kind of basically go right around and create a halo effect right around that shade that I put initially in my crease. Back in with that first brush that I used to set my primer with nothing on it, with whatever was left over from earlier. I'm just going to blend right below my brow bone. I think I'm going to stick to this A502 brush from BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy, and I'm going to go right next door to this shade here. This one is a little bit more cooler in tone, this brown shade. This is more warm, so if you wanted a warmer tone, you could, but I feel like I do have quite a bit of warmth with those two shades. So let's add a little bit of a coolness to it. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that on the very tip of my brush. And I'm going to apply this and focus this shade right on this outer part of my eye to create a little bit more depth and a little bit more smokiness right here on the outer V of the eye. And that is going on with ease. Like, I really am not having to work really hard to get these to blend and show up. That's a nice feature. Then I'm going to go back into that crease brush, the A503 with nothing extra, and I'm just going to blend and just kind of work that edge out just a little bit more. Alrighty, so I went ahead and continued blending that dark brown shade, and I also brought it to the lower lash line, and I used the Sephora Pro 15 brush to apply to my lower lash line. I did that off camera because my camera, my new one, has a built-in auto shut off when it gets too hot, and it goes like little white bars and they turn orange, and then when you get to red, you're in trouble, right? And it shuts off and you have to let it completely cool off. I was already in the red, so I was like, you know what? I need to finish this video. Not today. It's not happening. So I turned it off and I did that while it cooled just a bit. Moving on to the actual lid shade before this situation with the camera happens again. You have 3 shades that you can choose from. And I'm going to go for 2 shades because why not? More is more. I'm going to go with this more kind of silvery, taupey, bronzy, not a very good description whatsoever, shade. And I'm going to apply this to the outer half. So from the center to the outer half with the A505 brush from BK Beauty and Angie collab. Okay, so this is not really picking up that color very well. So I'm going to go in with my finger. And there you can probably see it's kind of like taupey, bronzy, very shimmery, metallic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's here. She's ready to play. Now we're talking. So I'm going to go from the center outward. I'm going to take the shade that's right above it. That's a little bit more of a champagne type of color that's still quite cool. I'm going to use my same ring finger to apply a little bit of this to the inner part that I left blank. And I'm going to blend that shade right into what we got already going on, to the party that we have going on already on the lids. And I'm also going to go right in here with that and kind of highlight that inner part. You see that? Oof. Yes. Taking my crease brush that I had the brown eyeshadow on and nothing extra, just blending a little bit more. And then I want to add a little bit more depth to my lower lash line, so I think I want to intensify what I have going on. So it's this shade here that I applied earlier with the same Pro Shadow 15 from Sephora. And I'm going to concentrate more of that right on the outer half of my lower lash line. I want to go back to that A505 brush, and for this step I'm going to use the light shade, which is that more white looking shadow. And I'm going to apply a little bit of this, not too much because I do have some highlighter that I used earlier. So just a pinch more here, and then right in through here. All that's left to do is eyeliner. I'm going to tight line first with the Makeup by Mario Master Pro Pigment Pencil. And then I'm going to continue finishing up my Tower 28 mascara because it's really on its last leg. The other mascaras that I have are drugstore ones, so I'm going to reserve those for my drugstore video. So I'm going to do my mascara and then we'll finish the look with the lip combo for today. I did purchase a few lip liners and I bought some lip balms, like some Naturium lip balms. So I don't think the shades, maybe they may not go necessarily with this eye look, but I do want to use the Forget the Filler Definer Liner. It's a long name, from Lawless. I did add this to my order. This is the shade called Pink Sand, and I decided to take this out of my collection. This is the Forget the Filler Lip Gloss, the Plumping Gloss, in the shade called Daisy Girl, which is a light baby pink with a little bit of sheen to it. It's got some pigment to it, so it's quite of a bright baby pink look. So I really wanted to try the lip liner because I'm not familiar with the Lawless lip liners or lipsticks. I didn't buy a lipstick and I probably should have just picked up one. But anyways, I think I'm going to use this. And you know, after I did my mascara, I was looking at this set from MAC that was just sitting. I tell you, it could be right in my face and sometimes I don't even see it. But I bought this set from Ulta probably a few weeks ago. And it's the MAC mascara. This is the MAC stack, which I've been wanting to try that, and that's kind of what sort of guided me towards this purchase. And then in that kit you also get the Over the Taupe Powder Kiss Velvet Blur Slim Lipstick. Look how just pretty that looks. This matte black with the gold detail, that slimline bullet that's just kind of easier to apply than a regular lipstick. And then it also came with the cutest little Fix Plus. I also wanted to revisit Fix Plus. It's been years since I've used this, years and years and years. So I lined and filled with that lip liner, and that was just so easy. It went on like butter, super creamy. I really like this a lot. And this color is just perfect. Absolutely love this shade. Now I'm kicking myself for not ordering more or getting a lipstick that matches this, but it's okay. You live and learn, right? So let's just put some gloss on. Since I have that already all over my entire lip, I figured I don't really need a lipstick per se. So the only thing about this gloss, I will show you. When you take this out, you see it's kind of, I don't really care for that. You know, that's just, I feel like it's just too much, dare I say goop? But the applicator though, do you see that? It's kind of like a curve, like a little, like a hand that goes like this, right? It just hugs the lip so well. Like, I really like this applicator. That lip combo is so nice. Now, I will say, I am feeling a little bit more of a kind of minty kind of tingle on the lips. Not burning, not painful. It's a little bit more than a cooling, very subtle kind of feel. It's very similar to the Buxom. If you've used those lip glosses, there's a bit of a tingly kind of feel to it, which is pleasant. It's not overwhelming. It's not painful. It's not where you want to just wipe it off and start from scratch again. It's okay. Now, if you like absolutely no sensation whatsoever on your lips from a lip product, then maybe I would steer you away from this, but it's not painful at all. And this, my friends, is the full completed look. I hope that you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun today sitting down playing with makeup and trying some of these new things. I definitely have more products to share with you and to use in upcoming videos, so subscribe so you don't miss out when I do those new makeup products and testing them out, giving you my first impressions. But I really wanted to share with you my thoughts, just kind of capture those really authentic moments on camera using a product for the first time. And I really do enjoy how everything looks. I really like the eyeshadow look. It's right up my alley as far as the tones in that palette, so that's kind of why I went for that. I really love this lip combo. The pencil with the gloss is just 10 out of 10 for me. Of course, the foundation is great because I use it almost every day, and I love it. It's just perfection. I love that Smashbox foundation. The blush, the highlighter, everything just kind of came together really well, and I'm really happy where we landed with the look today. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the description box. Everything is going to be listed and linked for you down below, just in case you are wanting to try any of these products. And I will be doing more full face of new makeup in the future, so stay tuned for that. You can also follow me on Instagram. We can be friends. You can pay me a visit there. It always pops up here on the screen. Somewhere left or right by my head, you'll see my Instagram handle there, so you can follow me if you're interested. Hopefully I'll see you there. We can be friends. And I appreciate you so much for being here, spending some time with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.